So I'm going to do a quick review of the House of Dapper Fragrances. I don't have a whole lot from their line, admittedly, so I won't be able to give a huge, vast review of all their fragrances or anything like that. But I will review the ones I have and just the house in general. So I will start off by saying Travis, who um, runs Dapper Fragrances, it has great customer service. He gets back to you right away. If you order something from them, it usually ships that same day or the next day, and you get it in like 2 days. Fastest turnaround of any of the clone houses. Um, he's also really good about creating new releases. They've been expanding their line very well, listening to customer feedback on the Facebook group as far as what they would like to see, and he makes that a reality. Now, as far as the fragrances themselves, let me talk about ordering first. When you order from there, there's a file that has an updated list of what they offer and the pricing breakdown. A lot of times it's not always updated, so if you just message Travis, he will send you a new list that has all the new releases that might not be on the file on the website. But he's, like I said, he'll send that really quick. After you tell him what you want, he'll send you a link to a PayPal request requesting, whatever your order amount is. You pay him through that, and like I said, he'll get it shipped out right away. Now, as far as the fragrances go, they come in extremely generic decant bottles. They have the logo on the front there, and literally a label maker label saying what the fragrance is an inspiration of. I will say these are obviously my least favorite presentation-wise of the clone houses, but I don't buy them for the presentation. I buy it for the juice inside. That said, these are very affordable. 30 mil, depending on what line, will run you anywhere from $25 to $35. You can get, the X-Straight line and exclusives. X-Straight's their highest, most expensive line. That's $35. Exclusive line's $30. $25 is a normal standard line. Each one of those goes up depending on the cost of the actual juice itself. The X-Straight is much more concentrated, obviously, than the exclusive or their normal line. Anyway, while the bottles look very underwhelming, the atomizers on these are really good, which really is what most people care about, again, is the juice. So the distribution, very good. That's like, you can see on the posted, drenched it. But the fragrances themselves, I know I've reviewed that one, the one I just sprayed, which is their inspiration of Leighton. It smells extremely close. It's not one-to-one. This one is not methylated like Leighton is in the opening. So that Vicks kind of vapor rub smell that a lot of people talk about, that methylated feel that comes along with Leighton, you don't really have that here. It's slight, but not really there. As well as the smell in general, it seems what it does is it takes Leighton and kind of just turns down all the notes slightly. Not that you can't smell it. It's not that the performance is bad. You certainly can. It just smells kind of like a toned down version of Leighton. It's not as in your face. It's not as just, I guess, strong. For that reason, I don't like that as much as some of the other clones. I still do love it. Don't get me wrong. I wear it a lot. I don't know that I'll be reordering that, over, say, Refuge, or from Genre, or Royal Equestrian from Alexandria Fragrances, because I do like that methylated note, and I do like that they are more in line with Leighton. It's more bold of a fragrance. It's not as toned down. So, that said, like I said, this does have its place, and I'm sure there are people who prefer this over the other two I just mentioned. And especially people who don't like that harsh opening of latent. I love it, so I'm not one of them, but there are a lot of people who don't like that. So this would be good for those individuals. Next up is another PDM offering from them. This is their interpretation of Carlisle by PDM. This is the first clone house to clone this. So, I give them props for that. I had been anticipating this for a really long time. I do have a decant of this, so I was able to compare it to the real thing. And I will say this, I did cover this. Again, atomizer's fantastic. It smells very close to the real one, but it is not the same. So, Carlisle, the PDM version, is smoother, not as spicy. This is a lot more spice. The tobacco is heavier, and it's very spicy. I personally prefer this version, but it is not, like I said, it's not one-to-one. So there are going to be people who like this better than PDMs, but if you're looking for an exact match, this is not it. That said, I am not disappointed that I got this. Like I said, I love Carlisle, and I like this even better. So this will be a reorder for me. Fortunately, it's going to, with it being hot out, I'm not going to be wearing this a whole lot. So it's going to be later on when I need to get a new bottle, but I do like that a lot. Performance is great on that. I get 9 hours out of it. On the clothes, you'll smell it the next day. Projection's great too. I do not spray more than 1 or 2 of those because it is just very strong. 1 or 2 sprays is enough. 1 in the front, 1 in the back. You're good. Otherwise, you're going to choke people out. The next is one of their, in my opinion, it's from the X-Straight line, one of the more unique offerings from them. And honestly, I really like it. It's called Royal Sky, and it's Sauvage Hybrid. Smells very good, but it's Sauvage mixed with Aventus. And like I said, it's more Sauvage than anything else. But you can smell both, and projection performance on this is fantastic as well. Both of them are very good for compliments. This is no different. I've been complimented a lot wearing this. Like I said, if you like Sauvage, this is a good pickup. It's different enough where it's not going to be redundant to have it in your lineup, but it's got the same scent profile. So anyway, all of these, like I said, everything I've gotten from them, I have been happy with. They are, I'd say, less identical to the real things than the House of Alexandria Fragrances, for example. But they're cheaper. And in some ways, they're better, depending on what offering we're talking about. As you can see, the atomizers are fantastic too. And that's part of the reason too you don't need more than 1 or 2 sprays is because they really spray. I think they have some of the best atomizers, honestly, that I've seen, clone houses or otherwise. Customer service hands down the best. Like I said, turnaround on your orders unmatched. So I do, I do really like Dapper, and I think taken as a whole as a clone house, it's fantastic. So, fortunately, those are the only offerings I have from them so far, but obviously I will be reordering from them in the future. When I get, new orders from them, I will obviously be updating all of you on those as well in my input. But anyway, like I said, do not hesitate to order from Dapper. They are a great clone house. Just know, like I said, a lot of their offerings aren't 1-to-1. So if that's what you're looking for, maybe it's not the best option, but if you're okay with something that smells very similar to it, and sometimes is even better than it, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper, give them a shot.